Becoming unstoppable with the loving energy. The Loving Energy newsletter holds issue number 7. 1. Hello Pink Wall. 2. The Divine Reviews expansion. 3. Red Apricot exit wall. 4. Sekhem premium transmission edition Bourndlessness. 5. I am unstoppable. One. Hello Pink Wall. Hello everyone. Welcome to the Loving Energy newsletter, horse issue number 7, where I will tell you all about my pink wall. If I had thought it was impossible to have a pink wall, it certainly was only due to my own limitation, specifically the inability to admit to my desire. You see, shortly after someone announced his departure, I acquainted myself with my next-door neighbor one day when he was doing some home DIY outside, and he helloed my dog and I as we walked past. Seeing that I was a foreigner, he asked if I was aware that here in Greece, the landlord had to take care of any necessary repairs. No, I wasn't aware. Home repair was someone's department, not mine. Interesting information and timing. Someone used to repair things himself when he was around and when he was in the mood. And for things he didn't know how to fix, I would wait patiently for many months till he finally called someone to do it. Since his departure, one of the steps on the staircase started squeaking, and I was wondering what to do. When the landlord came round to collect rent for the first time since I started paying rent from my own pocket, I told myself to be brave and spoke to her about necessary repairs, which included the squeaky staircase step, a toilet leaking slightly at the base, a sink that drips water into the drawer below due to missing silicone, and a heavily flaking wall. The landlord didn't speak English, and my Greek is limited, but it wasn't hard because she could see the damages. After the damage tour, she said something very quickly, and somehow she mentioned Germany. When I told her I didn't understand, she told me to wait and she left. I decided that now I lived on my own, I was done waiting around like a sitting duck, so I followed her. She was talking to my next-door neighbor. Turned out he is the temporary maintenance person, while the usual one, the landlord's husband, is working in Germany. 5 minutes later, the neighbor came to my flat to survey the damages. I thought he would only do a patch-up job for the flaky area, but he noticed some cracks and some mild flaking on the other side of the wall and said the solution would be to paint the whole wall. There was a slight problem, he said. I held my breath while he looked around. This cream color, he said, it might be hard to match the color, and this wall would look slightly off. How about painting the wall a different color? I asked. What color would you like? Green. I wanted to say pink, but... Green, of course. What kind of green? Soft green. I meant soft pink, but... He said he would speak to the landlord about it and asked me to send him a picture of the color I wanted. I found a shade of soft green that I saw in a client's aura. My psychic sight is not that strong, but once, when I informed the client I had mended her aura, she asked me what color it was, and I saw it, the most beautiful soft green and pink. And yet, this most beautiful shade of green now depressed me, because what I really wanted was a pink wall, and I thought I shouldn't have that want. When someone and I were talking about the house we were going to build, I had expressed how I wanted a pink wall. I didn't dare to want a pink wall in the living room. I only wanted a pink wall in my would-be office, and I was met with ridicule. Someone doesn't live here anymore. He has no say, I told myself firmly. Still, I thought it was a bad idea. Surely I would hate it myself, and I would be looking at my regret every single day. I looked up some pink wall pictures to prove my point. Oh, I was in love. I told my neighbor I had changed my mind, and I sent him a few pictures to show him the soft pink color I wanted. He said fantastic, and he would ask for the okay from the landlord. I thought I was safe, because surely she would say no, but she said yes. I was stressed, because of course he would get the color wrong, and we wouldn't see it until the paint job was complete. I wondered if I should insist on going paint shopping with him, and Archangel Michael, who is always with me, said, "Can you trust that it will be perfect?" I had the mind to say no, but he reminded me of my neighbor's name. His mother named him after the sculptor Michelangelo, and he calls himself Angel Michael on his social media. Okay, I trust. And it was perfect, the soft pink in a healthy aura. May you be aligned with your desire, always. Love, Stephanie said, the loving energy. In the video Love and Money Manifestation Foundation's Guided Meditation Series, Chapter 7, Sadness, the Spirit tells us not to stop dreaming about what we desire, because when we stop ourselves from our dream, thinking it cannot happen, sadness comes. I can definitely relate to this. I put the link to this video in the description and in the end screen of this video. In this series, we are not trying to manifest anything. Instead, we explore the foundations which help us return to alignment with our truth and act as an undercurrent that powers manifestation in a way that feels effortless. You can access the playlist of this series through the link in the description. 2. The Divine Reveal's Expansion. The Divine Reveal TDR is a quantum health process that typically runs for 5 to 8 weeks, approximately 12 to 14 hours appointment time. Mocha Ahern was inspired by Anita Mujani's near-death experience, NDE, as detailed in her book Dying to Be Me, to create this unique modality for bringing phenomenal transformation to committed individuals. All sessions are conducted online via Zoom. The first 2 steps of the TDR process, the TDR introductory session and Dying to Be Me book discussion, are always free of charge, so that you will have necessary information to decide if and when you want to engage in the whole process. To read more about TDR or to schedule a TDR introductory session, please use the links in the description. I was trying to remember something, anything related to war, to talk about here, but I cannot think of any because the Divine Reveal is about expansion. There is no wall, no ceiling, no boundaries of any kind. When Anita recalled her NDE in her book, she wrote that she expanded to fill every space until there was no separation between her and everything else. She even thought she became everything and everyone, and she was fully aware of the conversation that was happening outside her hospital room, and she was aware of where and how her brother was, even though he was far away on a plane. Since I was lucky to have multiple TDR experiences, during one practice session with my classmate, I decided to test it out. Although I was highly aware of my immediate surroundings, I also felt that I had expanded so much that I encompassed everything, including my classmate who was across my computer screen. I told her I was going to squeeze her, like giving her a bear hug. She said go ahead, and I did. She could totally feel me hugging her really tightly. I didn't visit anyone else, nor did I hear any conversations. At the time, I thought maybe my experience wasn't as strong as Anita's, but looking back, I think it was because I was so detached from it all. I felt like there was no anchor point for me, and therefore I resumed exploring this other realm rather than to place my focus on Earth. Three, red apricot exit wall. The thought of the moon cycle is red apricot exit wall. The idiom Hong Han Chut Chang, red apricot exit wall, which means a red apricot branch leaning over the garden wall, is from a famous poem from the Song dynasty called Visiting a Small Garden in Vain. The poet wanted to visit a famous garden, which unfortunately was closed to visitors. Just as he was leaving, he looked up and saw red apricot flowers blooming right above him. The poem contains only 28 syllables and is roughly translated as followed. Perhaps the owner loves the green moss too much to let my wooden shoes leave footprints on it. For I have gently knocked on the wooden gate for a long time, but no one answers. Yet the vibrant colors of spring filling the garden cannot be locked inside, and a single branch of red apricot has already grown out over the wall. The poem celebrates the unstoppable power of nature, illustrating how living forces and life's impulse to expand will always break through whatever tries to confine them. During this moon cycle, notice your own unstoppable power and see if you need to let yourself grow out of the wall. Note, in modern culture, this idiom is often used to describe a married woman having an extramarital affair. Please don't use it unless you are sure you will not be misunderstood. The Olympian gods definitely have unstoppable power, and when each of them came to me in the morning to offer me content for my channel, I could feel the effect of their presence throughout the day. In Apollo, victory, guided meditation from the inner presence of the Olympian gods, Apollo comes in his chariot to take us to the sun. I won't spoil your experience by telling too much. What I can tell you is that it is amazing. I'll put a link to this video in the description and the end screen of this video. Four, Sekhem pyramid transmission, addition, boundlessness. I love preparing Sekhem pyramid transmission because every time I experience this boundlessness that I cannot explain. In theory, when I channel Sekhem, the energy comes through my crown, runs through my whole body to my Earth Star chakra, and then comes back up to my hands, which then go to my clients or wherever I'm channeling the energy for. But when I prepare this transmission, I feel like the energy comes not just through my crown, but through a wide spectrum of my existence. One of the reasons I would love to have more subscribers is that I want to know what it's like to be preparing the transmission for more people. Would you help me fulfill my wish and tell others about this newsletter, and perhaps how it has helped you in your spiritual journey? Do you ask to receive Sekhem pyramid transmission every moon cycle? If yes, would you care to share your experience with me by leaving a comment? And if no, would you please tell me why? If my work supports you, you can support me back through using the Buy Me a Coffee link and paypal.me link in the description. Thank you. Sekhem pyramid transmission started when an idea came to me to share Sekhem in a simple way. It is not how I normally facilitate a Sekhem treatment. What I do with Sekhem pyramid transmission is that I channel a certain amount of Sekhem energy for you. I also create a pyramid for you as sacred place to be placed around you when you are receiving the transmission. My Divine Spirit team fills the pyramid with elements and colors according to the moon cycle's collective energy need. You can receive this transmission at your convenience during this moon cycle. Here's what you need to do in order to receive this transmission. 1. Get comfortable by either sitting with your back supported or lying down on your back for relaxation and circulation. 2. Give intention to the effect of, I would like to receive the horse issue number 7, Sekhem pyramid transmission now, to my highest good and will. 3. Relax for about half an hour. That's it. This time, my Divine Spirit team filled the pyramid with vibration of grasshopper, horse, and fire. Look up the properties of these items if you feel drawn to. You may or may not feel anything. It's fine. Having sensation is not a requirement. The only requirement is that you're willing to receive. Please remember to say, to my highest good and will, so you know you are in control. If you have any questions, please ask in the comments. I would love to hear about your experience. If you want to share the gift of Sekhem pyramid transmission with your friends, please send them the link to subscribe for the Loving Energy newsletter. The link can be found in the description. 5. I am unstoppable. The You Are Amazing affirmation of this moon cycle is, I am unstoppable. It is easy to say, but how true is it? It is every living thing's instinct to grow, and I'm inspired by the plant on my little island. The climate is perfect for them, so perfect that even concrete cannot hold them back, and tiny baby palm trees keep cracking the pavement open. In the villages, pomegranate trees thrive everywhere. In some places, you can see exactly where a fruit has rolled down the hill to become more trees at the bottom. According to Dr. Sheldon Deal from the field of applied kinesiology, to have vibrant health and vitality, we need to take care of 5 things: our mind, air, water, food, and exercise, and in that exact order. To be our natural unstoppable self, we also need to take care of these 5 things. Otherwise, we simply do not have the necessary energy, we can be out of breath, and our minds can be playing tricks, telling us all sorts of doubts that make us wobble. During this moon cycle, say, I am unstoppable, daily and often, and notice where you need some extra care. Is it your mind, air, water, food, or exercise? Since I noticed how I had a habit of holding my breath, and when my yoga teacher pointed it out to me that my chest did not expand at all when I inhale, I put a lot of focus on regaining my natural breath. I created the Breathe With Me short video series to invite everyone to breathe with me. When I first started practicing, my back would hurt, and that's why I think it's a good idea to practice breathing for a short time now and then throughout the day. Please remember that even though we often see pictures of people doing breath work or meditation in a sitting position, there's absolutely nothing wrong with lying down. I did that myself because my back hurt or I couldn't find my breath. Now that I'm fully capable of sitting for a longer duration, I still enjoy lying on my back or front when I want to rest my body. The playlist for the Breathe With Me short video series can be found in the description. We have reached the end of the horse issue number 7. The next issue will arrive at your mailbox on the 11th of September, Friday, which is the first day of the 8th month in the Chinese calendar. Yes, the next new moon day.